Thanks for staying with us. The state of mental health in St. Lucia continues to be of great concern to the authorities. Last year, there was an unprecedented number of suicides, particularly among young people. There is also an increase in new admissions at the Mental Wellness Center stemming from patients with substance abuse problems and attempted suicide. The executive director of the center says this year there will be a concerted effort in public education and support to families.
And in so doing, that will do two things. One, it will reduce on our admissions, and secondly, it will allow persons to recover even quicker, if I want to call it that, by providing the support that they need. Our philosophy is one of participation, total involvement from community and family, and so we'll be using different sister agencies to help us with that education drive. For example, we will be meeting on Friday to convene our first mental health committee meeting, and this is where different stakeholders like education, transformation, human services, and the police and everyone is involved in ascertaining that persons actually get the necessary information, thereby educating the public as far as mental health issues are concerned.
Mrs. Hippolyte Thomas says the Mental Wellness Center is battling a huge problem with abandoned patients, families refusing to accept responsibility for patients upon discharge. This, she says, is a burden to the facility, stressing its resources.
And what we find is persons who can do well, who can live independently, are at the wellness center, and the hospital, which is secondary care, almost becomes like a home. So of course, we have to account for these patients, and it actually adds up to our admissions. And of course, we run the risk of not allowing persons, a proper admission, because there is a lot of competition for space. So what we're asking is for community members and family members to take responsibility. Embrace your family, and we understand there may be issues of understanding them, and so we want to go out into the community, teach them, empower them, so that we reduce that long stay kind of thing at the wellness center. The minute you get to wellness center, persons figure, okay, you can stay there. That's government institution, so you can very well stay there. But in effect, it is not doing well for the patients, because it is a hospital. Persons don't live at a hospital. And so we need to stop treating the wellness center like a dumping ground, if you want to call it that.
Other health news, medical practitioners have completed a refreshers training program on vaccine-preventable diseases and surveillance. The session was conducted by the Immunization Unit of the Pan-American Health Organization, PAHO. Julieta Frederick Cassius is the Immunization Manager in the Ministry of Health.
Disease surveillance of vaccine-preventable disease is very important, and we need to, as much as we have eliminated most of, if not all of those vaccine-preventable diseases, we still have those conditions in other countries. So we need to continue to do our surveillance and ensure that that surveillance can pick up any case, if in fact there is one.
St. Lucia, she says, has fared well with its immunization of children.
MMR, measles, mumps, rubella coverage has been above 95%, which beats PAHO's target. So we have been doing very well in terms of our children being fully immunized against measles, mumps, and rubella.
The training came against the backdrop of concerns in the U.S. regarding a spike of cases of measles as the U.S. health system debates the importance of vaccination. The immunization advisor at PAHO says while St. Lucia has not recorded any such cases, it is important to prepare for an eventuality given the island's high tourist traffic.
Endemic measles transmissions since 2002, but we do get imported cases, basically people who come from other parts of the world, who come sick. But if you're not protected, if your community is not fully immunized, it can spread to people who have not received the vaccine or those rare cases that don't respond to the vaccine. So in the US, we're experiencing an outbreak that started in Disneyland, as you know, in mid-December. First cases started at the very end of the year, and that it has spread to several states and to other countries, to Mexico in particular. It's just a reminder that diseases that seem forgotten or lost or gone can come back anytime if people are not properly immunized.